11 ways to make them regret not valuing you. Stoicism. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus. Welcome back to Stoic in Your Life. Have you ever felt like you're giving so much of yourself but getting little in return? It's frustrating, right? We've all been there, questioning why certain people just can't seem to recognize our true worth. But today, we're flipping the script. We're going to show them what they're missing out on. You're about to discover 11 powerful Stoic strategies to make them regret not valuing you the way you deserve. But first, let's dive deep. Why does their indifference sting so much? Why do their dismissive actions leave you feeling hollow? If you're crushed by someone's lack of appreciation, it might be a sign that you're placing too much value on their opinion. Remember, before they came along, you were whole and complete on your own. Sometimes, when we start seeking validation from others, we lose sight of our own worth. But here's the thing. Embracing and understanding your emotions is key. Ignoring them won't help you grow. Realizing your value isn't tied to someone else's recognition is the first step toward reclaiming your power and moving forward with confidence. Today, we're diving deep into 11 powerful ways to make those who didn't see your worth think twice. This isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about reclaiming your sense of self-worth and carrying yourself with the quiet confidence that commands respect. So, whether you felt slighted by a partner, friend, or colleague, these strategies will empower you to shift the dynamics in your favor while staying true to Stoic principles. Let's get started with a firm foundation in Stoic wisdom and bring that wisdom into our everyday lives. The first thing to remember is that a true Stoic doesn't let others' opinions dictate their self-worth. As Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Imagine you're in a situation where someone important to you isn't giving you the appreciation you deserve. It stings, doesn't it? But here's where Stoicism comes into play. A Stoic knows that the only things within our control are our thoughts, actions, and reactions. Everything else, including others' opinions, is beyond our control. So why let their lack of appreciation disturb your peace? When you realize this, you free yourself from the chains of seeking validation from others and begin to value yourself for who you are. Next, consider why this lack of appreciation bothers you. Seneca tells us, "He who is brave is free." The bravery here lies in facing our discomfort and understanding its root. Ask yourself, why does this bug me so much? Is it because you've placed too much value on someone else's opinion? Or perhaps it's because their judgment touches on an insecurity of yours. Whatever the reason, acknowledging it allows you to address it and move forward with clarity. Remember, your worth isn't tied to their recognition. It's rooted in your actions, your virtues, and your character. One of the key strategies in making others regret not valuing you is to shift your focus back to yourself. This doesn't mean becoming self-centered, but rather investing in your growth and well-being. Epictetus famously said, "No man is free who is not a master of himself." When you dedicate time and energy to improving yourself, whether it's through learning, fitness, or honing a skill, you naturally become more confident. This self-assuredness radiates outward, often prompting those who once undervalued you to reassess their judgments. After all, nothing is more attractive than a person who knows their worth and isn't afraid to show it. Another crucial aspect of Stoic philosophy is understanding that the universe operates in ways we may not always comprehend. "Fate leads the willing and drags along the unwilling," wrote Seneca. If someone in your life fails to see your value, perhaps it's the universe's way of guiding you toward better connections and opportunities. Instead of dwelling on the loss, view it as a redirection. Use this as a time to strengthen your inner circle with those who genuinely appreciate and uplift you. Furthermore, never underestimate the power of silence. When someone doesn't value you, often the most powerful response is no response at all. silence can speak volumes where words might fall short. As the Stoics would advise, don't waste your energy on those who don't deserve it. Instead, reserve your time and effort for those who recognize your value. In the long run, your calm and measured approach will make them reconsider their initial judgment. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Seneca reminds us, urging us to invest our time wisely. Now let's discuss the importance of setting boundaries. Boundaries are crucial in maintaining your dignity and self-respect. By establishing clear limits on how you allow others to treat you, you send a strong message that you won't tolerate being undervalued. This might mean saying no to requests that don't serve your well-being or distancing yourself from toxic relationships. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." By embodying this mindset, you rise above the pettiness of others and protect your peace. It's also essential to cultivate a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Often, the fear of losing someone's favor keeps us trapped in unhealthy dynamics. But when you adopt the belief that there are plenty of opportunities, connections, and experiences out there, you no longer cling to those who don't appreciate you. This mindset shift can be incredibly liberating and can change how others perceive you, often leading them to regret taking you for granted. Lastly, remember that revenge in the Stoic sense isn't about hurting the other person, but about becoming so strong, so self-assured, and so at peace with yourself that their lack of appreciation no longer affects you. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury, Marcus Aurelius advised. By living this way, you transform the pain of being undervalued into a catalyst for personal growth and resilience. In closing, these strategies aren't just about making others regret not valuing you. They're about recognizing your own worth and living in a way that reflects that knowledge. When you stop chasing others' approval and start living according to your own values, you become the person others wish they hadn't overlooked. And in doing so, you not only command respect but also create a life of fulfillment and purpose, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. It's essential to acknowledge that even the most stoic among us are not immune to hurt feelings. Stoics, too, experience pain, but rather than allowing it to dominate their thoughts and emotions, they use it as a catalyst for personal growth. They don't wallow in their discomfort. Instead, they ask themselves, "What can I learn from this experience? How can this adversity make me stronger?" By approaching challenges with this mindset, every slight, every cold shoulder becomes an opportunity to build resilience and deepen their self-reliance. Stoics also master the art of detachment, not in a way that makes them indifferent to others, but in a manner that preserves their inner peace. They value relationships and cherish the affection of others, but they do not depend on it for their happiness. This detachment isn't about closing off from the world. It's about understanding that true contentment comes from within, from one's actions and virtues rather than from external validation. Have you ever found yourself overly affected by someone else's opinion, only to realize later that your sense of self-worth was never truly at risk? This is the essence of Stoic detachment, a practice that teaches us to find joy in our own company and to appreciate others without becoming emotionally dependent on their approval. Moreover, Stoics practice self-compassion, reminding themselves daily that, "I'm doing my best and that's enough." This affirmation isn't just about boosting self-esteem. It's a shield against the negative impact of being undervalued by others. By recognizing their efforts and maintaining a strong sense of self-worth, Stoics can navigate the world with a calm assurance that protects them from the harsh judgments or dismissals of others. Consider a time when you felt undervalued at work or in a relationship. How might things have changed if you had firmly believed that your best efforts were sufficient? In this way, Stoicism teaches us to focus not on changing others' opinions, but on living with integrity, embodying the belief that the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury, as Marcus Aurelius wisely said. As we delve into these 11 steps today, let's carry this Stoic mindset with us. The goal isn't just to make others regret not valuing us, but to transcend the need for their validation altogether. Imagine standing firm in your self-worth, unaffected by others' inability to see it. That's the power of Stoicism. Now that we've set the stage with positivity and self-awareness, let's dive into the game-changing techniques that will not only make them regret undervaluing you, but also empower you to live with unshakable confidence. Remember, the true victory isn't in changing others' minds. It's in changing your own perspective and living in a way that honors your true worth. With that mindset, you're not just learning how to make others see your value. You're learning how to embody it so fully that no one else's opinion could ever diminish it. So, are you ready to become unstoppable? Let's roll. Number 1. Value yourself. All right, my friend. Let's kick things off with the first of our 11 transformative steps, embracing your inherent value. Now, this isn't just a feel-good exercise. It's the bedrock of how you present yourself to the world, and, in turn, how others perceive and treat you. When you genuinely acknowledge your self-worth, you're not just boosting your confidence, you're sending out a powerful message to everyone around you. I know my value, and so should you. So what does it truly mean to value yourself? It's about recognizing that you are whole, complete, and deserving of respect just as you are. This isn't about ego or arrogance. It's about having a healthy, balanced self-perception that empowers you in every aspect of life. When you start valuing yourself, you automatically raise the bar for how others treat you. Imagine the ripple effect this has. Your friends, colleagues, or even your romantic partner will start to notice the shift in your demeanor. They might not be able to put their finger on it right away, but they'll definitely feel it. Maybe it's the way you're suddenly making decisions with more certainty, or the way you're no longer willing to settle for less than you deserve. This change in you could very well make them reconsider how they've been interacting with you all along. Now, how do you begin this journey of self-valuation? Start with affirmations. I know it might sound a bit cliché, but trust me, it works. Each morning, as you look in the mirror, take a moment to affirm your worth. Tell yourself, I am capable, I deserve respect, and I am enough. This isn't just about parroting phrases, it's about truly believing them. Remember what Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said? The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By feeding your mind positive, affirming thoughts, you're setting the stage for a more empowered, fulfilled life. But here's the thing. Valuing yourself isn't just a mental exercise. It's about taking actions that reflect your self-worth. What are you doing each day that shows you respect yourself? Are you engaging in activities that lift your spirit? Or are you spending time on things that drain your energy? Are you setting boundaries and saying no when you need to? Or are you constantly putting others' needs before your own? Every decision you make either reinforces your value or diminishes it. So choose wisely. When you start making choices that prioritize your well-being, you'll find that others naturally begin to treat you with more respect. It's like a mirror. You show respect to yourself, and the world reflects it back to you. Let's take this a step further. Think about how valuing yourself impacts your relationships. When you know your worth, you're less likely to tolerate disrespect or mistreatment from others. You set higher standards, not just for how you're treated, but for the kind of relationships you cultivate. This isn't about being demanding or difficult. It's about creating healthy dynamics where mutual respect is the foundation. And guess what? When people see that you value yourself, they're more likely to value you too. It's a simple, yet profound truth. You might be wondering, but what if others don't respond the way I hope they will? This is where the Stoic mindset comes into play. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control others' actions or reactions, we can control how we respond. As Epictetus wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If someone fails to recognize your value, that's on them, not on you. Your job is to stay centered, grounded in your self-worth, and to continue living in a way that reflects your true value. Eventually, those who don't see it will either step up or step out, making room for people who truly appreciate you. Now let's take a moment to reflect. What are some areas in your life where you could start valuing yourself more? Is it in your work, your relationships, or maybe how you treat yourself on a day-to-day basis. Think about this deeply. What small actionable steps can you take today to start showing yourself more respect? Maybe it's as simple as speaking up when you usually stay silent or taking time for self-care without feeling guilty. Whatever it is, commit to it. Remember, each step you take toward valuing yourself is a step toward a more fulfilling and respected life. As you begin to value yourself more, you might notice that some people don't like the change. They might resist or try to pull you back to your old ways. This is normal. Change can be uncomfortable not just for you, but for those around you who are used to the way things were. But here's the truth. Valuing yourself is not about pleasing others. It's about living authentically and honoring who you are. As Seneca, another great Stoic, reminded us, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Don't crave the approval of others at the expense of your self-worth. Instead, focus on what truly enriches your life: self-respect, integrity, and inner peace. So, let's bring it all together. Valuing yourself isn't just a one-time thing, it's a daily practice. It's about consistently making choices that reflect your true worth, both in how you think about yourself and how you act. When you start living from this place of self-respect, you'll notice a shift, not just in how you feel, but in how others treat you. You'll start to attract relationships and opportunities that align with your value. And those who don't value you? They'll either change their tune or fade into the background, clearing the way for those who truly see and appreciate you. Are you ready to take this step? What's one thing you can do today to start valuing yourself more? Remember, the journey to self-worth begins with a single step. Make that step today, and watch how your life begins to change. Keep this momentum going as we explore the next powerful way to make them regret not valuing you. You're on a path to greater self-respect and empowerment, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Number 2, improve your physical image. Let's start strong by diving into something that many of us might overlook but can make a huge difference in how we carry ourselves: improving your physical image. Now, before you brush this off as superficial, hear me out. In the words of Epictetus, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This is more than just looking good. It's about aligning your external appearance with the confidence and self-respect we've been cultivating. When you feel good about how you present yourself, it's like armor. You walk into any room with an air of confidence that people can't help but notice. So why does stepping up your physical image matter? It's simple. Your appearance is often the first thing people notice, and it can either reinforce or undermine the message you're trying to send. Think of your appearance as your personal billboard. It communicates a lot before you even open your mouth. When you take pride in how you look, it shows the world that you value yourself. This isn't about vanity. It's about self-respect. You're not just putting on clothes. You're putting on a mindset that says, I'm here, I'm ready, and I'm someone worth paying attention to. And let's be honest, turning heads and getting a nod of approval feels pretty darn good, doesn't it? Now, let's get practical. Improving your physical image doesn't mean you have to become a fashion icon overnight. Start by evaluating your current style. What does it say about you? Are you the guy who's always in jeans and a tee, or do you prefer a more polished look? Whatever your style is, make sure it reflects who you are now, not who you were 5 or 10 years ago. Sometimes just a few strategic upgrades to your wardrobe can make all the difference. Maybe it's time to invest in a well-fitted blazer, or perhaps a new pair of shoes that add a bit of sophistication to your casual look. The key here is to own your style and make sure it represents the man you've become. But style is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's talk about grooming, which, if we're being honest, is often overlooked. Yet it's the small details that can have a big impact. A sharp haircut, a clean shave, or even just keeping your beard neatly trimmed can elevate your entire look. Don't underestimate the power of good grooming. It's about showing that you care about the details. And let's not forget skincare. Yes, I'm talking to you. Taking care of your skin isn't just for women. A bit of moisturizer, some sunscreen, and maybe an occasional exfoliation can keep you looking fresh and sharp. Remember, As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, and the same goes for your skin. Taking care of it reflects the care you have for yourself. Beyond style and grooming, improving your physical image also means taking care of your body. This isn't about trying to look like a model. It's about feeling strong, healthy, and capable. Regular exercise is key here, and it doesn't mean you have to live in the gym. Find activities that you enjoy, whether it's lifting weights, going for a run, playing a sport, or even just walking the dog. The goal is to stay active because when you move, you feel better, and when you feel better, it shows. Exercise boosts your mood, improves your energy levels, and gives you that extra edge of confidence that's hard to ignore. Eating right is another crucial aspect of maintaining a strong physical image. You've heard it before, but it's worth repeating. What you put into your body affects how you feel and look. A balanced diet that's rich in vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains can do wonders for your energy levels, skin, and overall health. It's not about following some extreme diet or cutting out all your favorite foods. It's about making smart choices that support your well-being. When you fuel your body with good food, you're not just doing your health a favor, you're investing in your overall image. But here's the kicker. Improving your physical image isn't just about snagging compliments or making people take notice. It's about embodying the respect you have for yourself. When you take the time to care for your appearance, you're making a statement. I value myself enough to invest in me. And believe me, that attitude is contagious. People will start to see you in a new light, and more importantly, they'll begin to mirror that respect back to you. It's a cycle. Respect breeds respect. Let's not forget the deeper purpose behind all of this. As Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This is about craving more for yourself in the right way. More respect, more self-esteem, more confidence. When you invest in your physical image, you're not just trying to impress others. You're showing up for yourself in a way that says you're worthy of the best. And when you start to believe that, others will too. So, as you move forward, think about how you can continue to refine your physical image. What's one thing you can do today that will help you step up your game? Maybe it's as simple as scheduling that overdue haircut, or perhaps it's finally clearing out your closet of clothes that no longer fit your style. Each step you take is a step toward a more empowered, confident you. And remember, this journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about rising above old habits, old narratives, and stepping into the best version of yourself. Improving your physical image is a powerful way to assert your value, not just to others, but to yourself. It's about showing up in the world as the man you want to be, strong, confident, and undeniably respectable. So, gentlemen, keep striving, keep improving, and most importantly, keep respecting yourself. You've got this, and the best is yet to come. Now let's gear up for the next step in this journey. Number 3. Smile more often. One thing that might seem simple on the surface but has the power to change the way you interact with the world. Smiling more often. Now, before you brush this off as just a friendly gesture, let me tell you, it's so much more than that. Smiling is like a secret weapon in life's toolkit, a small action that can have a massive impact on how you feel and how others perceive you. When you flash a genuine smile, you're not just showing off those pearly whites. You're radiating positivity, confidence, and approachability, all in one go. It's like flipping a switch that brightens not just your day, but the entire room you're in. But here's the real kicker. When you make smiling a habit, you're not just improving your mood. You're influencing how others respond to you, making them more likely to treat you with kindness and respect. That's right. A simple smile can make people around you see you in a whole new light. Let's break it down a bit more. Picture this. You're walking down the street, and someone catches your eye. You give them a friendly smile, and almost instinctively, they smile back. It's contagious, like a ripple effect of positivity. And that's the beauty of it. When you smile, you're setting off a chain reaction of goodwill. It's a universal language that transcends words, and it has the power to make you more approachable and likable. Think about your relationships, whether it's with a partner, a friend, or even a coworker. A smile can dissolve tension, make difficult conversations a bit easier, and create an environment where people feel comfortable and valued. Imagine coming home after a rough day, and instead of being greeted by a frown, you're met with a warm, genuine smile. Doesn't that just make everything feel a bit better? That's the power you hold when you choose to smile more often. It's not just about making yourself feel good. It's about creating a space where others feel good around you too. And if you're out there looking for love, or even just trying to make new connections, let me tell you, a smile is one of the most attractive things you can wear. It shows that you're confident, open, and ready to engage with the world. People are naturally drawn to those who exude positivity, and a smile is the easiest way to send that signal. But here's the thing, it's not just about social interactions. Smiling has some serious benefits for your health too. When you smile, your brain releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that help reduce stress and boost your mood. It's like giving yourself a little shot of happiness every time you smile, and who wouldn't want that? Now I get it. There are days when smiling feels like the last thing you want to do. Life can be tough, and it's not always easy to find a reason to smile. But here's a little trick that can help. Start your day with a smile. Before you even reach for your phone or get out of bed, take a moment to smile at yourself in the mirror. It might feel a bit silly at first, but this simple act can set a positive tone for your entire day. You're essentially telling yourself, I'm ready for whatever comes my way today. And you know what? That mindset shift can make a huge difference. It's about rising above the challenges and choosing to face the day with a positive spirit. What's one thing that makes you smile? It could be something simple like a good cup of coffee in the morning, a favorite song, or a fond memory. Take a moment to think about it and hold on to that thought next time you need a little boost. Remember, a smile isn't just a reaction, it's a choice, and it's one of the most powerful tools you have in your arsenal. So keep that smile ready, and let it be your secret weapon as you navigate through life's ups and downs. In closing, smiling more often isn't just about looking friendly. It's about embodying the positive, confident person you're striving to be. It's a way to rise above the mundane and show the world, and yourself, that you're ready to take on whatever comes your way with a smile. So, go ahead and flash that winning smile as we move on to the next powerful way to make them regret not valuing you. And remember, every time you smile, you're reaffirming your worth and spreading a little bit of joy in the world. Isn't that something worth smiling about? Thanks for joining me in today's video. I'd love to hear what you think of what I shared. Which of these 3 ways do you think are the most effective for making others see your value? If you're not sure how to write a comment, try sharing a personal story or a specific way you've applied the principles of Stoicism to your life. I'd love to hear from you. Number 4. Be kind but limit contact. Let's discover a strategy that might just be the most underrated yet powerful tool in your arsenal. Being kind while knowing when to limit contact. This isn't just about being nice or playing hard to get. It's about mastering the art of balance between showing compassion and protecting your own peace of mind. Kindness is often seen as a weakness in a world that rewards assertiveness and self-interest, but in reality, it's a sign of inner strength and confidence. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This means that in the face of adversity or disrespect, maintaining your kindness is a way of rising above the fray. But, and this is crucial, you must also learn to safeguard your energy and time. Not everyone who benefits from your kindness will value it, and that's where you need to draw the line. Let's break this down a bit. When you're kind, you're essentially sending out positive energy into the world, and that's a wonderful thing. It makes people feel good around you, and it often makes you feel good about yourself. But here's where things can get tricky. If you're too available or too giving, especially with people who don't reciprocate, you risk being taken for granted. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself bending over backward for someone who never seems to do the same for you? Maybe it's a friend who only calls when they need a favor, or a colleague who always expects you to cover for them, but never offers the same in return. These are the situations where you need to be kind, yes, but also strategic. It's about setting boundaries that protect your well-being while still allowing you to be the generous, compassionate person you are. Consider this. You have a friend who constantly leans on you for support, yet when you need them, they're nowhere to be found. It's tempting to keep giving because that's who you are, a kind and supportive person. But what happens when this pattern continues? You start to feel drained, unappreciated, maybe even resentful. This is your cue to limit contact, not in a harsh or punitive way, but in a way that preserves your energy. You can still be kind, offer a listening ear or a word of encouragement, but you don't need to pour all your time and emotional energy into a relationship that isn't balanced. This isn't about cutting people off. It's about recalibrating how much you give based on what you receive. And when you do this, you're not just protecting yourself, you're also teaching others how to value your time and kindness. Now think about past relationships, whether romantic or platonic, where you've given your all but didn't receive the same in return. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that if you just keep being kind, keep giving, they'll eventually realize your worth. But sometimes, the best way to make someone see what they lost is to distance yourself while maintaining your kindness. A smile, a kind word, but a firm boundary. This approach sends a powerful message that you value yourself too much to be taken for granted. It's about being kind without being a doormat, about rising above the desire to please everyone at the expense of your own well-being. This concept also applies to your professional life. Perhaps you've had a boss or coworker who relies on your hard work, but doesn't give you the recognition or respect you deserve. In these situations, kindness doesn't mean you keep doing all the extra work without saying anything. Instead, it means continuing to do your job well, while also setting clear boundaries. You can be a team player without letting others take advantage of your dedication. When you start to limit your availability to those who don't value you, you're not only protecting your own mental health, you're also likely to earn more respect from those who see that you're not someone who can be easily walked over. So, what does this look like in practice? It's about making conscious decisions about who gets your time and energy. It's about being generous with your kindness but selective with your involvement. Ask yourself, am I giving more than I'm receiving? Is this relationship or situation enhancing my life or draining it? These questions are crucial in helping you decide when to maintain contact and when to step back. It's not about being selfish, it's about self-preservation and ensuring that your kindness is appreciated, not exploited. Let's tie this back to our overarching philosophy. I rise above. This mantra is not just about staying strong in the face of adversity. It's also about rising above situations that drain you emotionally or mentally. By being kind but limiting contact, you're practicing a form of self-respect that not only protects you, but also enhances how others perceive and interact with you. You're showing that while you are kind, you're also discerning, capable of love and support, but not at the cost of your own well-being. This is a powerful place to be, and it's where true personal growth happens. So, as you move forward, keep this principle in mind. Be kind, yes, but also be wise. Protect your energy, set your boundaries, and watch how your relationships and interactions begin to change. When you start valuing yourself more, others will follow suit. And isn't that the kind of respect we're all striving for? Keep this in your heart as we continue to explore more ways to make them regret not valuing you. And remember, your kindness is a gift, but it's one that should be cherished, not taken for granted. Number 5. Stay calm under pressure. Picture this. You're in a meeting at work, the deadline is looming, and the tension in the room is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Everyone's nerves are frayed, but you? You're the calm in the storm, the steady hand that guides the ship through rough waters. This is the kind of poise that sets you apart, the kind of composure that commands respect and makes people sit up and take notice. In a world where everyone's rushing to react, those who can keep their cool stand out as true leaders. As Epictetus, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This simple truth underscores the immense power of remaining calm no matter what chaos surrounds you. Staying calm isn't just about keeping your emotions in check. It's about showing the world that you're in control of yourself and the situation. Whether you're facing a heated argument with a partner, a stressful deadline at work, or even just a frustrating traffic jam, how you respond can either escalate the problem or diffuse it. When you maintain your composure, you're sending a clear message. You're not easily rattled, and you're someone who can handle whatever life throws your way. This is a quality that's highly valued in every aspect of life, whether in relationships, at work, or among friends. Think about it. Who wouldn't want to be around someone who remains steady and unflappable when the going gets tough? Let's be real, though. Staying calm under pressure isn't always easy. It takes practice and a conscious effort to train yourself to respond rather than react. But the rewards are well worth it. When you manage to keep your cool, you not only earn the respect of those around you, but you also make better decisions. Anger and frustration cloud your judgment, leading to impulsive actions that you might later regret. On the other hand, a calm mind allows you to assess the situation more clearly, weigh your options, and choose the best course of action. It's like having a superpower in your back pocket, ready to be unleashed whenever needed. So how do you cultivate this ability to stay calm under pressure? Start by recognizing the early signs of stress in your body. Maybe it's a tightening in your chest, a knot in your stomach, or a quickening of your breath. Once you're aware of these signals, you can take steps to counteract them before they spiral out of control. One of the simplest yet most effective techniques is deep breathing. It might sound too easy to be true, but taking a few slow, deep breaths can lower your heart rate and calm your nervous system almost instantly. It's like hitting the reset button on your emotions, giving you a moment to collect yourself before responding. Another strategy is to keep things in perspective. Ask yourself, will this matter a year from now, a month from now, even a week from now? Chances are the answer is no. Most of the things that stress us out are temporary and won't have a lasting impact on our lives. By reminding yourself of this, you can prevent small irritations from snowballing into major sources of anxiety. And remember, staying calm doesn't mean you're indifferent or detached. It means you're strong enough to handle difficult situations with grace. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca put it, "He who is brave is free." When you stay calm under pressure, you're exercising your freedom to choose how you respond, rather than letting circumstances dictate your emotions. Let's bring this back to our guiding principle. I rise above. This isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a mindset, a commitment to elevating yourself above the challenges and stresses of everyday life. When you stay calm in the face of pressure, you're rising above the chaos and showing that you're someone who can be trusted to keep it together when it counts. This doesn't just benefit you, it changes how others see you. You become the person people turn to when things get tough, the one they trust to lead with a steady hand. Whether it's in your personal life, your career, or even in the small daily interactions that make up our lives, this ability to stay calm will set you apart. But let's take it one step further. Staying calm under pressure isn't just about managing stress. It's about transforming it into an opportunity for growth. Every time you face a challenging situation and keep your composure, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're showing that you're capable of handling more than you might have thought possible, and each experience strengthens your resolve for the next. So the next time you find yourself in a high-pressure situation, take a moment to breathe, to reflect, and to rise above. Remember, this is your chance to shine, to prove to yourself and others that you're a force to be reckoned with. In the end, staying calm under pressure isn't just a skill, it's a way of life. It's about embodying the principles of Stoicism, about being the rock that others can rely on in times of trouble. So I challenge you to take this to heart, to practice staying calm in the small moments, so that when the big tests come, you're ready. Keep your head cool, your thoughts clear, and your spirit unshaken, and watch how this transforms not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. You've got what it takes to rise above, and now is the time to show it. Let's continue this journey together and keep building the life you deserve, one calm, collected moment at a time. Number 6. Chart your own path. When you start to live life on your own terms, people can't help but notice. Whether it's your closest friends, your partner, or that coworker who never seemed to give you the time of day, they'll start to see you differently when you forge your own way with confidence and purpose. And let me tell you, there's nothing more magnetic than a person who knows where they're going and isn't afraid to get there. Why is charting your own path so powerful? It's simple. It's about autonomy and authenticity. When you decide to live according to your own rules, you're sending a strong message to the world. You're not just another face in the crowd, you're someone who's in charge of their own life. It's like what the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." By charting your own path, you become the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. This isn't just about making bold moves. It's about cultivating a mindset of independence and self-reliance that others will admire and respect. Take, for example, the person who's always played it safe in their career. They've followed the traditional route, stuck to the secure job, and done what's expected. But what happens when they suddenly decide to pursue a passion project or start their own business? Suddenly, they're not just following a path, they're creating one. People notice when you take risks, especially when those risks are aligned with your true passions. It's not about making reckless decisions. It's about making thoughtful, intentional choices that lead you toward a life that's truly yours. And it's not just in your career. Charting your own path can be about embracing personal passions. Whether that's starting a new hobby, traveling solo to a place you've always dreamed of, or simply living life in a way that makes you genuinely happy. When you're living authentically, that joy and confidence radiate, making you irresistibly attractive in every aspect of your life. But let's be real. Charting your own path doesn't mean you throw caution to the wind. It's about being strategic and thoughtful as you move forward. Start by identifying what really matters to you. What gets you fired up? What are the things you've always wanted to do, but never had the courage to pursue? Once you've got a clear picture, set realistic goals and take actionable steps towards achieving them. Maybe it's something small, like signing up for a new class, or finally planning that solo trip you've been dreaming about. Or maybe it's something bigger, like a career change or starting a new business. Whatever it is, make sure it's aligned with your values and passions. And here's something important to remember. Charting your own path often means you'll have to walk alone sometimes. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. It takes courage to make choices that aren't always popular or easy, but that's what sets you apart. As you choose authenticity over approval, you'll find that your self-esteem grows stronger. You'll start to attract people who respect and admire your bravery, and you'll naturally distance yourself from those who don't support your growth. This is where our mantra comes into play. I rise above. Every step you take on your own path is a step away from doubt and fear, lifting you higher towards the life you've always wanted. You're not just moving forward, you're soaring to new heights, and that's something to be proud of. But don't just think about how this impacts you. Consider the example you're setting for others. When you chart your own path, you're not just creating a better life for yourself. You're showing others what's possible. You become a leader, someone who inspires those around you to start their journeys too. Your courage to step outside the norm and follow your passions can encourage others to do the same. And in a world where so many people are afraid to take risks, that's a powerful thing. So, where do you want to go? What do you want to achieve? These aren't just rhetorical questions, they're challenges. I want you to think about what charting your own path looks like for you. Maybe it's making a career move. Maybe it's pursuing a passion project. Or maybe it's just living life a little more authentically every day. Whatever it is, I challenge you to take that first step. Remember, every journey begins with a single step. and the path you carve out for yourself will be uniquely yours. As we move forward, let's keep this momentum going. Let's continue to push the boundaries, to challenge the status quo, and to create lives that are truly our own. Because when you chart your own path, you're not just living, you're thriving. And that, my friend, is the ultimate way to make them regret not valuing you. Keep rising above, and let's tackle the next exciting challenge together. Number 7, stand your ground. All right, folks, let's talk about something that can truly transform the way others perceive you and how you see yourself. Standing your ground. This is more than just holding firm in the face of challenges. It's about setting clear boundaries and having the courage to enforce them no matter what. When you stand your ground, you're sending a powerful message. You respect yourself, and you expect others to do the same. This isn't about being difficult or stubborn. It's about maintaining your integrity and self-respect. Two things that are absolutely non-negotiable in any aspect of life. Standing your ground begins with knowing your values and limits. It's about understanding what you're willing to tolerate and where you draw the line. Imagine you're in a relationship where your partner frequently cancels plans at the last minute. It's easy to let it slide once or twice, but when it becomes a pattern, it starts to chip away at your self-worth. Instead of swallowing your frustration and letting it fester, it's crucial to speak up. Tell your partner how their behavior affects you and why it needs to change. This isn't about confrontation, it's about communication. When you clearly and calmly set your boundaries, you're teaching others how to treat you, and believe me, people pay attention to that. This principle extends beyond romantic relationships. It applies to friendships and professional environments as well. Think about a friend who constantly borrows money but never repays it, or a colleague who offloads their work onto you. It might feel easier to avoid the discomfort of addressing these issues, but doing so only leads to resentment and a lack of respect. By standing your ground, you're not just defending yourself. You're establishing the kind of relationships that are built on mutual respect and understanding. Politely but firmly explaining your stance, whether it's about finances or workload, sets the tone for how you expect to be treated. Over time, people will respect you more for standing up for yourself, even if it's uncomfortable at first. But how exactly do you go about standing your ground in a way that's both effective and respectful? It starts with being clear about your boundaries. Ask yourself, what are your deal breakers? What behaviors are you simply not willing to accept? Once you've identified these, the next step is to practice assertive communication. This doesn't mean being aggressive. It means being honest and direct while remaining respectful. One useful approach is to use I statements. For instance, instead of saying, "You always cancel on me," try, "I feel disrespected when plans are canceled last minute." This way you express your feelings without sounding accusatory, which can help prevent the other person from becoming defensive. Consistency is also key when it comes to standing your ground. It's one thing to set a boundary, but it's another to stick to it. If you allow people to cross your boundaries occasionally without consequence, you send mixed signals that can undermine your position. By being consistent, you demonstrate that you're serious about your limits and that you expect them to be honored. This isn't just about being tough, it's about being clear and fair, both to yourself and to others. Now, let's connect this to our Stoic mantra, I rise above. Standing your ground is one of the most powerful ways to rise above being taken for granted. When you respect yourself enough to demand that others respect you as well, you're not just defending your boundaries, you're asserting your worth. And when you do this, you'll find that others begin to respect you more, often without even realizing it. This respect isn't just given, it's earned through your consistent actions and clear communication. So let's think about how you can start applying this in your life. Where in your relationships, whether personal or professional, are your boundaries being tested? How can you communicate more clearly and stand your ground more effectively? These are the questions that will guide you as you work to build stronger, more respectful connections with those around you. And remember, this isn't just about making others respect you. It's about showing yourself the respect you deserve. As you continue on this journey, keep in mind that standing your ground isn't a one-time thing. It's a continuous process of self-reflection, communication, and enforcement. It's about being the kind of person who knows their worth and isn't afraid to defend it. So stand tall, be firm, and hold on to your values, because when you do, you'll find that the respect you seek starts coming your way naturally. You're on the right path, so keep up the great work and let's continue building the life you deserve. One strong, unwavering step at a time. Ready for the next challenge? Let's keep moving forward together. Number 8, develop a sense of humor. Now let's get into one of the most powerful yet underrated tools in your arsenal, developing a sense of humor. This isn't just about being the guy who cracks the funniest jokes in the room. It's about cultivating a mindset that allows you to see the lighter side of life even when things get tough. A sense of humor isn't just a social skill, it's a survival skill. When you can laugh at life's absurdities, you're not only relieving stress but also building stronger connections with those around you. Whether you're with your partner, hanging out with friends, or even in a tense work meeting, a well-timed laugh can be the difference between a strained atmosphere and a relaxed, productive one. As Epictetus wisely noted, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And what better reaction is there than one that lightens the mood and puts things into perspective? Let's face it, everyone enjoys being around someone who can make them laugh. It's a universal trait that draws people in and makes interactions more enjoyable. Think about it. When you're on a date and you drop a joke that lands just right, it not only breaks the ice but also shows that you're confident and easygoing. Or consider a tough day at work, where the pressure is mounting and everyone's on edge. If you can inject a little humor into the situation, you're not just making people smile, you're demonstrating leadership and camaraderie. Humor has a way of diffusing tension and bringing people together, making it an invaluable tool in both personal and professional relationships. But humor isn't just for social situations. It's also one of the best stress relievers out there. Life can throw some pretty heavy stuff your way, and while you can't always control what happens, you can control how you respond. Laughing at life's challenges doesn't mean you're not taking them seriously. It means you're resilient enough to handle them with grace. When you laugh, your body releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that boost your mood and help reduce stress. It's like a natural antidote to the pressures of daily life, and the best part is, it's always available to you. So how do you go about developing this powerful sense of humor? It starts with not taking yourself too seriously. We all make mistakes, and sometimes life doesn't go according to plan. Instead of beating yourself up over it, try to find the humor in the situation. Laughing at your own missteps not only makes them easier to bear but also shows others that you're comfortable in your own skin. Surround yourself with people who have a good sense of humor, watch comedies or read books that make you laugh. Anything that gets you into the habit of seeing the funny side of things. And don't worry if you're not a natural-born comedian. You don't have to be a stand-up comic to appreciate and share humor. Even a simple, genuine laugh or a lighthearted comment can do wonders for your mood and the mood of those around you. But humor isn't just something you practice in isolation. It's about being present and finding joy in the everyday moments. Some of the funniest and most memorable experiences happen when you're just going about your daily life. Maybe it's a quirky interaction with a stranger, a funny observation about your commute, or a silly mistake you made in the kitchen. These are the moments that make life rich and enjoyable, and sharing them with others only amplifies the joy. So, keep your eyes and ears open for those little moments of humor. They're everywhere if you know where to look. Humor plays a crucial role in this philosophy. By choosing to rise above stress and negativity with a good laugh, you're showing that you're not easily beaten down by life's challenges. Your sense of humor is a reflection of your inner strength and resilience. It shows that you can face adversity with a smile, making you not only more likable but also someone people respect and admire. In a world that can often be serious and stressful, the ability to laugh and make others laugh is a rare and valuable trait. So, as you go about your day, keep that smile on your face and don't be afraid to share a laugh with those around you. Humor is a gift both to yourself and to others. It lightens the load, strengthens relationships, and brings a little more joy into the world. And who doesn't want to be the guy who spreads good vibes wherever he goes? Keep developing that sense of humor. Keep finding the funny side of life. And watch as your confidence and charisma grow. The respect and admiration you gain from others will be a natural byproduct of the positive energy you bring into their lives. So, stay lighthearted, keep laughing, and let's move on to the next powerful way to make them regret not valuing you. If you've made it this far, you're truly committed to embracing your worth. Drop a comment saying, "I value myself," to show you're ready to rise above and live by Stoic principles. Stick around, because the journey to self-empowerment is just more to discover. Number 9. Show respect to everyone. When you make a conscious effort to treat everyone with respect, regardless of their status, opinions, or behavior, you're sending a powerful message that you value both yourself and others. Respect isn't just a nicety, it's the bedrock of all meaningful relationships, whether with your partner, your friends, or your colleagues. It's about setting a standard for how you expect to be treated and leading by example. Think about it. How often have you seen conflicts escalate simply because one or both parties felt disrespected? Now, consider a scenario where, even during a disagreement, respect is maintained. Let's say you're in the middle of a heated argument with your partner. Instead of raising your voice or becoming defensive, you choose to listen, speak calmly, and acknowledge their feelings. This approach not only diffuses tension, but also strengthens your bond by showing that you value their perspective even when you don't agree. Respect in this context isn't just about avoiding conflict. It's about building a foundation of trust and understanding that makes your relationship more resilient over time. In friendships, respect is the glue that holds everything together. It's about being there for your friends, valuing their opinions, and treating them with the same kindness and consideration you'd want for yourself. When you consistently show respect to your friends, whether it's by listening without interrupting, supporting them through tough times, or simply valuing their time, you reinforce the mutual respect that is essential for any strong friendship. And here's the thing. Respect is contagious. When your friends see that you're someone who respects them, they're far more likely to return that respect, deepening your connection and making your bond stronger. The workplace is another arena where respect plays a crucial role. Whether you're interacting with your boss, colleagues, or subordinates, showing respect can create a more positive and productive environment. It's about treating everyone with the same level of consideration, regardless of their position or influence. This doesn't just make you a better colleague, it makes you a better leader. Respect fosters collaboration, reduces workplace tension, and enhances overall job satisfaction. People are drawn to those who make them feel valued, and by consistently showing respect, you position yourself as someone others can trust and rely on. So how do you make respect a daily practice? Start by truly listening when others speak. It sounds simple, but in a world where distractions are everywhere, giving someone your full attention is a rare and powerful act. Use polite language. Words like please and thank you might seem small, but they go a long way in showing that you appreciate the person you're interacting with. Be mindful of your tone, as it can completely change the way your words are received. And remember, respecting someone doesn't mean you have to agree with them. It's about acknowledging their right to have their own opinions and feelings, even if they differ from yours. When you commit to showing respect to everyone, you rise above pettiness, negativity, and the urge to react impulsively. You create an atmosphere around you that's grounded in positivity and mutual appreciation. And here's the beauty of it. Respect is reciprocal. When you lead by example, others are more likely to follow suit, treating you with the same level of respect you've shown them. But let's not forget that respect isn't just about how you treat others. It's also about how you carry yourself. Self-respect is at the core of this principle. When you respect yourself, you naturally set boundaries and expectations for how others should treat you. It's not about demanding respect. It's about embodying it in such a way that it becomes a natural part of your interactions. People notice when you carry yourself with dignity and treat others with respect, and it influences how they respond to you. So ask yourself, how can you incorporate more respect into your daily interactions? What small changes can you make to ensure that everyone you meet feels valued and appreciated? These might seem like minor adjustments, but they can have a profound impact on your relationships and your own sense of self-worth. Showing respect to everyone isn't just a moral obligation, it's a strategy for building stronger, more meaningful connections in every area of your life. It's about rising above the noise, treating others with the dignity they deserve, and setting a standard for how you expect to be treated in return. When you approach life with this mindset, you'll find that not only do your relationships improve, but so does your overall happiness and satisfaction. So go out there, lead with respect, and watch as your interactions and relationships transform for the better. Keep this principle close to your heart as we continue on this journey of self-improvement and personal growth. And let's move forward to tackle the next way to make them regret not valuing you. Number 10. Define your space. To continue, let's talk about something that can have a profound impact on your life. Defining your space. This isn't just about where you live or work. It's about consciously creating an environment that reflects who you are, supports your mental well-being, and sets the stage for your personal success. Your surroundings, whether it's your home, your workspace, or the social circles you frequent, play a crucial role in shaping your mindset, your energy levels, and ultimately, your happiness. So let's make sure your space is one that lifts you up, energizes you, and helps you become the best version of yourself. First, let's consider your home or personal space. Take a moment to look around. Does your environment make you feel calm and centered, or does it contribute to stress and chaos? A cluttered, disorganized space can lead to a cluttered, disorganized mind. On the flip side, a well-organized, thoughtfully curated environment can do wonders for your mental health. Start by decluttering. Get rid of anything that no longer serves you, anything that doesn't add value to your life. Keep only those things that make you happy or inspire you. This could be anything from books that nourish your mind to artwork that uplifts your spirit. Adding elements that inspire positivity, like plants, photographs, or even a favorite quote on the wall can make your space a true sanctuary, a place where you can relax, recharge, and feel at peace. Now let's shift focus to your workspace. Whether you work from home, in an office, or somewhere in between, your workspace should be a place that motivates you and boosts your productivity. How does your current setup make you feel? Is it cluttered with distractions, or is it organized and conducive to focus? To maximize your efficiency and keep stress at bay, try organizing your workspace so that everything you need is within easy reach and distractions are minimized. Adding personal touches, like a motivational quote that resonates with you, a family photo that reminds you of what matters most, or a small plant that brings a bit of nature indoors, can make your work environment more pleasant and help you stay grounded even on the busiest of days. But defining your space goes beyond just the physical. It extends to your social environment as well. The people you surround yourself with have a significant impact on your life, often more than you realize. So, take a moment to reflect on your social circle. Are the people in your life supportive, uplifting, and aligned with your values? Or are there individuals who drain your energy, bring negativity, or hold you back? Defining your social space means making conscious choices about who you spend your time with. This doesn't mean you need to harshly cut people off, but it does mean prioritizing relationships that nourish you and distancing yourself from those that don't. It's about creating a social environment that supports your growth and well-being. By defining your space, whether it's your home, your workplace, or your social circles, you're taking control of your environment and setting yourself up for success. When you take charge of your surroundings, you're rising above the chaos, the clutter, and the negativity that can hold you back. You're creating a space that allows you to thrive, a space where you can be your best self. So how can you start defining your space today? Maybe it's by decluttering your home, rearranging your workspace, or re-evaluating your social circle. Whatever it is, take action and make your space truly yours. Remember, the environment you create around you reflects your inner state, and by shaping that environment thoughtfully, you're not just improving your external surroundings, you're transforming your life from the inside out. Now, as we move forward, keep this idea in mind. Your space is a powerful tool in your journey toward self-improvement and personal growth. It's where you can cultivate the habits, mindset, and relationships that will help you rise above challenges and achieve your goals. So take control, define your space, and watch how it empowers you to live a life that's not only more organized and peaceful, but also more fulfilling and aligned with who you truly are. Ready to take charge of your space and make it a true reflection of your best self? Let's keep this momentum going and continue on this journey together, shaping every aspect of your life to support your success and happiness. Number 11. Eliminate negativity from your life. All right, gentlemen, let's get into the final and perhaps the most transformative strategy in our journey. Eliminating negativity from your life. This one's crucial because negativity is like a heavy anchor that holds you back from reaching your full potential. Think about how much better your life would be if you could free yourself from all the toxic vibes that drag you down. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's time to turn that dream into reality by taking some deliberate steps to remove negativity from your life and make room for positivity, growth, and success. First, let's identify what negativity really looks like. It can take many forms. Toxic relationships that drain your energy, a habit of self-doubt that cripples your confidence, or even the tendency to always expect the worst. These negative influences don't just appear out of nowhere. They gradually creep into your life and begin to shape your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately, your self-perception. The good news is, you have the power to kick these negative forces out of your life for good. As Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." It's time to elevate those thoughts and eliminate the negativity that's holding you back. Let's start with your relationships. Whether it's with your partner, friends, family, or coworkers. Are there people in your life who constantly bring you down, criticize you, or make you feel less than you are? It's tough to admit, but sometimes the best move is to distance yourself from these negative influences. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, support your goals, and make you feel good about yourself. Your environment should reflect the positive, confident person you're striving to become. It's not about cutting people off harshly, but rather about prioritizing your well-being and being mindful of who you allow into your inner circle. As you cultivate relationships with those who bring positivity into your life, you'll find that your outlook begins to shift and the negative voices lose their power. But negativity isn't just external. It often comes from within as well. Those persistent voices in your head that tell you you're not good enough, that you're bound to fail, or that you don't deserve happiness. They need to go. Start by challenging these negative thoughts whenever they arise. Instead of letting them take root, counter them with positive affirmations. Remember, your mindset is the foundation of your reality, so it's essential to keep your thoughts as positive and empowering as possible. Another key area to address is your consumption of media. We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with information, news that stresses us out, social media that makes us feel inadequate, and TV shows that offer little more than escapism. It's important to be mindful of the content you consume because it directly impacts your mood and mindset. Try to limit your exposure to negative media, and instead, choose content that inspires, educates, and uplifts you. Whether it's reading a good book, listening to an enlightening podcast, or watching a documentary that broadens your horizons, make sure what you're feeding your mind is in line with the positive life you're trying to create. And don't overlook the physical spaces you inhabit. A cluttered, chaotic environment can easily lead to a cluttered, chaotic mind. Take some time to declutter and organize your living and working spaces. Create an environment that promotes calmness, happiness, and productivity. Even small changes like adding a few plants to your home, reorganizing your desk, or setting up a cozy corner for reading and reflection can make a significant difference in how you feel on a daily basis. Your physical space should be a sanctuary that supports your mental and emotional well-being. Eliminating negativity from your life isn't about ignoring real problems or pretending that everything's perfect. It's about choosing to focus on solutions rather than dwelling on the issues. It's about maintaining a positive outlook, even in the face of challenges, and surrounding yourself with people, thoughts, and environments that encourage growth. When you take these steps, you create a space where you can truly thrive. You'll start to feel more energetic, more optimistic, and more in control of your life. You're creating a life where positivity reigns and where your true potential can shine through. And trust me, when you make these changes, others will notice the transformation in you too. They'll see a man who's not bogged down by negativity, but who's confident, resilient, and fully in charge of his own happiness. Now it's time to take action. Start by identifying the areas in your life where negativity lurks, whether it's in your relationships, your thoughts, your media consumption, or your physical environment. Then take deliberate steps to clear out the negativity and replace it with positivity. This is your chance to create a life that's not only free from negativity, but also full of joy, purpose, and fulfillment. You've got this, my friends. Go out there and live your best, most positive life, because you deserve nothing less. As we come to the end of this journey through the 11 ways to make them regret not valuing you, I want to express my gratitude for your time and attention. Each of these steps is a powerful tool to help you build a life where you are respected, valued, and at peace with who you are. But before you go, I have a small favor to ask. If today's content resonated with you, please hit that like button, share this video with others who might benefit, and don't forget to subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. Also, make sure to turn on notifications so you never miss out on our upcoming videos that continue to explore the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. And as we wrap up, let's keep the momentum going. Type "I rise above" in the comments below as a personal commitment to rising above negativity and embracing your true worth. Your engagement helps us reach more people who need these insights. Thanks again for being here, and until next time, keep shining bright.